Hello, and welcome to Case of the Mondays. This is King Boomer, and we're joined by Matt once again. How you doing there, bud?
I'm doing good. I'm exhausted. I got my ass kicked at work today, and I'm
Oh,
ready to
yeah?
relax for a little bit by doing some more
Yeah?
work and recording a podcast. Great.
Yeah. So you better pep the hell up.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah. I think there's like a slight delay going on with our feed here, but whatever. We'll just
We'll
work
figure.
around it. Um, what else have you been up to lately?
Uh, Not much, man. I've been working a lot since the last recording. Went on a couple dates with this girl, seeing this new girl.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. Her name is because we can't reveal names because that would reveal who we are. Um,
What does it look like?
She is tall and she is Spanish, and she is the single sassiest woman I've ever met in my entire life. So,
Did you
needless to say, it's going great.
did you just say she's Spanish?
Spanish, yes, she's
She's
Spanish.
Spanish, so she must be
Yes.
from Spain.
Yeah,
In case you didn't know.
yeah.
Well,
And
that's
like I
good. Good
said,
for you, man.
she is the single sassiest person I've ever met in my entire life.
All right.
We
Getting a
love
little
that.
sassy on Case of the
A little
Mondays.
controversy, baby. A little controversy in the relationships. I love it.
All right.
Um, yeah, things are good, man. How are you?
I'm doing all right. I'm a little angry right now. I just bought a GoPro, and I can't get the damn thing to work.
I'm curious as
A
to
lot
why
of
you went with the
technical
GoPro.
difficulties going on over here. I thought this would be a major upgrade, but as of right now, I can't get the videos to look the way I want them to on my computer, and it's driving me nuts because I plan on doing some great things with this thing that I just spent a lot of money on, and it's not working right. So, if there's any GoPro people, by the way, it's a GoPro 10. If you have any advice for someone who has a PC and can't get the thing to work properly, drop some comments, and maybe you can help me out.
Well, I'm definitely not the person to ask because I am horrible with technology.
Yeah, well, so am I. That's why my name's King Boomer.
Exactly. That's why
I
I'm
can't work anything properly. I mean, look at the production level of this podcast.
exactly. It's literally just our Discord pictures with the green rings. That's it.
That's
Real
all it is,
real
baby.
positive. We will eventually have an in-person podcast,
Yeah. Well, one of the reasons I
right?
got a GoPro was because I asked the guy before I got it. I was like, "Now this is my last question. Can I do live streams with this GoPro?" And he said, "Absolutely."
Well, there you go.
So that might be in the future for us, my friend.
That'd be tight. That'd be
Yeah.
tight. I want to interact with the peeps. And
Yeah.
I gotta let the peeps see the mustache now because it's coming in, dude. It's fearsome right now.
That epic 1880s mustache you got going on.
I was gonna say 70s porn stash, but yeah, that works too. That
No, it's
works too.
definitely 1880s because you walk around with that cowboy hat looking like a Texan Muppet.
That is fair. That is very fair. But I'm growing it out because I'm in that wedding that I told you about. I'm elected to be the flower man in my buddy's wedding.
The Flower
So
Man.
yeah, like I got a whole routine going. I'm growing out the mustache so it's a little longer, and I'm gonna be the flower man. I got a little I bought a fanny pack on Amazon and it says flower bro on it, and I'm gonna throw fucking flower petals out as I dance to the tune of "Hooked on a Feeling" by Blue Suede. I'm very excited.
Goodness gracious.
Oh, dude,
You're starting to
I'll
scare
send
me,
you videos.
pal.
I scare myself for years. It's okay, but I'm very excited. I'm
Yeah.
gonna look like an idiot, and it's gonna be fantastic.
Well, all right, Flower Boy. Um, have you heard what's any of the updates on Will Smith lately?
I heard something about him being banned, like officially.
Yeah,
Am
he
I
got
correct?
a 10-year ban from the Oscars.
Wow.
You think that's a bit excessive, or what do you think about that?
Um, I think it's a little excessive. I get it. Like it's battery. He committed battery on a person, and Chris dropped the charges. Like I know he's probably dropping the charges to save face and all that, or be the bigger man of the situation. But like, I think 10 years is a little excessive. I would have shot for like 5, especially because he's got a bunch of stuff coming up. So he's already gonna miss a bunch of these new films that he's putting out. Well, even if he is putting these films out at all, because a lot of these places like Netflix and all that have they've like paused or outright discontinued a bunch of his projects that he's working on. He was working on like 5 movies, and pretty
Damn.
much everything's been halted, at least halted for the time being.
Yeah.
And now he's getting banned for 10 years. It's a little extreme in my opinion. I thought if he was gonna get banned, I would have did like 5 years, because 5 years would probably be enough to deal with everything that's coming up in the near future for him, and then let him back in.
Yeah.
Oh, did you see that video of him and Jada from like 2019 that's been like resurfacing?
Is that the one where she, I was actually going to bring this up if it's the one you're talking about. Is that the one where she said she never wanted to get married in the first place to him?
I'm not talking about that one. I'm talking about the one where they're in his house and she pulls out his phone or her phone and starts live streaming him talking about, I think like their marriage counselor or their therapist or something, about how they've reignited his marriage, and Will just looks so defeated and disgusted in his house. Like, and he's literally like, "I'd appreciate if you don't film me in my house." And she's like, "I'm still dealing with foolishness," like on camera. And like, dude, like, leave the fucking man alone. He is broken. Leave him alone. He's been done with that relationship since like 2014. Leave him alone.
Yo.
You are abusing the Fresh Prince, and I've gone on record on this podcast before and saying I don't like him anymore because of what's been going down. But at a certain point, you just feel bad for the guy, you know? Like,
Yeah. I have not seen this video. I'll have to check it out.
She is a Kremlin, dude. She is a gremlin. I do not enjoy her. I hate.
No, I'm not a fan.
Jada Pinkett Smith. The fact that she still refers to herself as Jada Pinkett Smith. Just be like, if you love him so much, just be Jada Smith, dude. Who the fuck? I'm sorry. I'm getting a little ranty. I'm getting a little cursy on the podcast.
Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. We can get cursy as long as we don't say anything like majorly cursy. It doesn't matter. But no, I haven't seen that video you're talking about. But it's it's making me laugh just hearing the description of it.
I'm gonna look it up, and I'm gonna send it to you after this.
Okay. Yeah, no,
she went on the round table or whatever and was talking stuff, right, about him recently.
Say that again. I'm sorry.
Didn't she go like on that round table or whatever they're calling it, where she was talking about?
Oh, that's the one I was talking about. That's the one where I believe she said I was scared to get married in the first place, or like I didn't want to marry you, or something, you know, at first. She was basically like, because like I didn't watch the video, but I heard it was a video that resurfaced from a few years ago where she was in this round table thing, and basically Will's there, and she said I didn't want to marry you in the first place.
Jesus.
Yeah. And it's but the funny thing is they're presenting this resurfaced footage as like she just said this yesterday. So everybody's like running with what's not factual in that this happened. She said this yesterday, and a week before he slapped somebody for her. So it's like, you know, everybody's saying now like, well, she just said she never wanted to marry the guy. So why is Will trying to protect her integrity in the first place? You know?
Yeah. This whole situation is...
It's just, I mean, it's hilarious, and...
It keeps breaking down just more and more.
Yeah, and meanwhile, Chris Rock's going to become going to make tens of millions of dollars off of this stuff.
His tickets went from, like, $40 to, like, over $300.
Yeah, well, I'm sure they weren't $40, but I know what you mean.
You know what I mean?
They definitely doubled. That's for sure.
I think they were like a low 100s,
Yeah.
and now they're like the when I read that article, they were like $343.
Jesus. Did you hear what else happened though with Will Smith?
What?
The boy checked himself into rehab.
Will did?
Yeah.
What did he get in
It's
rehab
like
for?
that fancy Hollywood rehab.
Oh, okay. So like not real.
It's like
rehab.
emotional rehab.
He needs it. The man needs it. The man needs it, man.
He
This man
needs
is like
something. I think he needs a new woman.
I think he just needs to. I think he just needs to fuck off for a bit. Like, just get the hell out of everything. You know,
Yeah.
leave Hollywood behind for like 6 months. Like, he should just pull a Dave Chappelle and just go to Africa for like 6 months. Obviously, Dave Chappelle went there for longer, but he should just like I think he needs to get away. I don't mean that like that's gonna be taken out of context.
Actually, Dave Chappelle
oh
only went to Africa
God.
for like 2 weeks.
That's gonna be taken out of context for me. Yeah, no. I think Will just needs to get away. Like, not literally go to Africa, but like go somewhere. Just go on vacation, or you know,
You know where he needs
find
to go?
somewhere to release himself.
You know where?
I think he needs to go to like a Buddhist temple
Really?
and just meditate.
Because I think that man just needs to go to Texas.
Why does he need to go to Texas?
Because that's where men are created.
Is that where men are created?
Yeah.
It's Texas.
Yeah.
We live in America's Australia. I'm pretty sure men are created here.
No, men are created in Texas and Tennessee, my friend.
Fair enough. Well, then it sounds like he needs to go to Tennessee. But I think
he can meet Chad.
Dude, he just needs to check out somewhere for a little bit, I think.
I don't know. He needs to go camping. He needs to be out in the wilderness for a couple weeks. Learn how to...
He needs to go touch grass. That's what he needs to do.
Yeah.
But they both need to touch grass.
But
Dude,
yeah, there's part of me that thinks
I
it's
can't
hilarious,
stand
and there's also part of me that thinks, I feel bad for the guy.
Apparently, Jaden Smith, after the Oscars, confronted Jada and said that she's destroyed their family.
Oh no, that can't be true.
I don't know. I'm looking at a couple articles right now about it.
Yeah.
I'm on YouTube right now, and I'm like looking up some stuff about this stuff because at this point, our podcast has slowly become the Will and Jada show.
Yeah,
So.
it really has.
It really
but
is,
it's like every week something crazy comes out of it.
Yeah, and apparently it's harder than we thought to make a podcast, so we just keep talking about this Will Smith Jada Pinkett nonsense. Apparently it's harder to make a podcast.
Well, I
than we
mean,
thought.
we can just jibber jabber about anything, but
I mean, we've been doing it. I think we've been doing a pretty good job so far. Not to like,
and it's not like we schedule this for
horns.
like there's a lot of podcasts out there that do it for like 3 or 4 hours, and I'm like, how do you do that?
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. That last episode, I felt like we were kind of pushing pretty hard to get to that hour, but
Yeah,
I mean, this whole situation is bad, man. Like even Jaden's a little puss boy, and he's calling out his mom. Even he's calling out Jada because Jada's a trash person. She's a pile of dirt walking around. I don't like her, man.
I don't think I've heard anybody even say anything
Who's on
nice about
Jada's
Jada.
side?
Well,
Who's
most
on
people
Jada's
didn't
side?
even know she
No
was
one.
relevant until this happened. I mean, yeah, she was in that last Matrix movie. Apparently, she was in that Gotham show, which I never watched.
She was in the last Matrix movie.
Yeah, she was. Did you
didn't
watch
watch
that
it.
new one? Please don't ever watch. That movie.
I watched like the first like 30 minutes of it. Like I watched up until Keanu was like doing the training in the simulation house or whatever.
Yeah.
Like I watched up to that and I was like, this is absurd. Like he has like force powers now, where he just like shoots waves of energy out of his hands. Like that's dumb. It's bad.
That movie was flaming hot. Jesus, that movie was flaming hot garbage.
Are you okay?
No, I got angry talking about that movie. That movie makes me angry that it even exists. It's in the same category as the new Star Wars trilogy, and what other abominations are out there that came out recently? You could probably think of one.
Bright. It's a Will Smith movie. I'll say it. That movie sucked. But Eternals was awful.
Eternals, I didn't see that. Don't plan to. I'm sure
Don't
you
bother.
found it an abomination because you're
I
such
mean,
a Marvel fan.
I'm gonna watch it because it's a Marvel thing.
Yeah.
But oh, dude. Okay, we'll talk about. I gotta talk about the new show later. I gotta talk about the new show later. We gotta get back
What
on
new
this Will
show?
Smith thing. Moon Knight.
Oh, okay.
I think you'd like it. It's pretty good. But we'll talk. We'll talk
I
more
mean, I
about it
like
in a little
that. I
bit.
like the actor, Oscar
Yeah,
Isaac.
yeah.
I'm very fond of him, but
I could go into depth about
I
that
just
show.
can't watch
So
those Marvel shows, man. It's like after the Avengers movies, I just lost complete interest in everything Marvel except for Spider-Man, basically.
I think it's crazy that you did because these shows. Okay, I'm
Whoa.
here. WandaVision. WandaVision was okay. I think WandaVision was like them like testing the waters on how to do shows. Captain America or Falcon and Winter Soldier was a little political, but it was a great show. Loki, Loki blew it out of the water. Loki was easily the best.
That's funny you
And
say that because out of all the Marvel shows that they put on Disney Plus recently, Loki is probably the only one that I had any interest in checking out, even though I didn't. But
I think you should. I think it's pretty good. Like it's actually
well,
hilarious.
out of
And
the
they
characters they picked to put in shows, he's definitely the best one.
Oh yeah. But like they just did what was the Christmas one? Hawkeye. They did Hawkeye. That one was really good. I thought it was cool because it feels like a mystery show. You know what I mean? It feels like a spy show almost. And I mean I'm a sucker for mystery slash spy stuff. I'm a big fan.
Well, how
I
come you
love
don't
that
like
kind of
you don't
stuff.
watch James Bond movies then?
All right, listen here, man. All right, don't contradict
He's the
me. All
most
right.
famous spy in cinema history.
I know this is your podcast, but I'm the main guest. Leave me alone. But I don't know. There's just too many James Bond movies. But no, I like spy stuff. I like thrillers like that. Like I like mystery movies. That's why I like the new Batman because of Riddler. That's why I like Captain America's Winter Soldier movie because it's a kind of like a spy thriller movie.
I
Like
love the. I thought the Captain America, other than the first Captain America movie, the second and third one, the Winter Soldier and Civil War, I thought those were two of the best, if not the best, Marvel movies that they had put out.
yeah, and it's and especially Winter Soldier. It feels very spy thriller, and I'm into that kind of stuff. And Hawkeye has that vibe for sure. It has that vibe. And this new Moon Knight show, they've
Doesn't
only done
have
like
America's ass though.
doesn't have America's ass, but that's okay. They don't need America's ass. But this show is actually pretty legit. I've watched like the first two episodes. And the first episode is how they always do it. Like the first episode is kind of like that filler episode, like get the series introduced or whatever. But this new Moon Knight show is pretty good. Like if you I know you're a history guy, so there's a lot of Egyptian history behind the Moon Knight series as a whole, like even in the comic books. So
Oh yeah,
yeah, so they go a lot into like Egyptian mythology and stuff. It's actually pretty interesting, and I'm a big mythology guy myself. I like history is great, but mythology is like I could spend hours and hours and hours looking up like mythology stuff, like Greek, Norse, Egyptian. I'm into that. So
yeah.
this is like right up my alley. So I don't know, man. I think Marvel's been other than Eternals, Marvel's been like hit after hit, even after Endgame, in my opinion. Black Widow kind of sucked. But
Well, what else
out
other
of all
than
the shows, out
what?
of all the shows that they did, and then those few movies that they did, like Spider-Man, I'm not going to spoil the movie because there might still be people out there, but it was an incredible movie. Spider-Man was great. Spider-Man was great. Most pretty
Fantastic.
much every one of these shows, even WandaVision was good. It wasn't the best. It was probably the weakest out of them all, but it was still good. But um, I think like I think what their Marvel's doing in their direction is pretty good right now. I think you should check out Moon Knight. Personally, I think you should really check out Loki. Like
Mm.
I don't know if you have Disney Plus or if Queen Boomer has Disney Plus, but
She does. I don't.
your boy cousin Boomer has Disney Plus. So
Cousin Boomer. Is that what you're
I'm trying to
calling
make
yourself
I'm
now?
trying to make it.
Is
I'm
that
trying to
what?
make it
Is that
stick.
the official name we're gonna go with?
I'm
By
trying to
with
make
you
it
now?
stick. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm trying to make it stick.
Yeah.
I like cousin Boomer.
Hey,
I
Queen.
said it last episode, and it made you laugh, and
Matt
I
wants to
felt
call
the vibe.
himself Cousin Boomer.
Does he think he earned the title?
He just said that. Yeah, he thinks he's earned it.
Do you?
Maybe. So you think you've earned it, Matt? Huh?
I don't like this maybe. I think I earned it. I don't like this maybe that you're throwing out there. I think I earned it.
Cousin Boomer.
Cousin Boomer. But
Cousin-
no.
Why are you saying it like you're Chattanooga Chad?
Yes. I don't know. I don't know. It just sounds right.
Well, I'll tell you what. I'll put a vote on it.
Oh, we're getting a cousin Boomer poll in the. Oh, this premiere is going to hurt my feelings if it doesn't go well.
They usually they vote crazy.
So
That's why I love them.
know
They
what?
voted. I put up 3 names for me to call them, and they voted for me to call them Muppets. So
What were the other
that'll give you an
ones?
idea of what's in store for you.
I missed that poll. What were the other ones?
It was Boomerites, Boomerangs, and Muppets.
Dude, I liked Boomerang. I like boomerangs. I like
Yeah,
boomerangs.
somebody. I love the one comment. He was like, "I would like this, but it sounds like we're all Australians now." Which I kind of agree with him a little bit, but I did
I
like
feel like Muppets.
boomerangs
I feel
too.
like Muppets is the insult though. Like,
It is an
that's
insult,
like
but
the very
they're all
insult
turning it
that we
into
use.
a term of endearment.
Yeah, I could see it. I could see it. I feel like Muppets is the term that we use though to describe people that aren't us.
I know. Well,
So-
yeah. I mean, you hear me use it all the time.
Yeah, we call people Muppets all the time, and now I almost said our. Now your fan base is Muppets.
Yeah. It's
You know what?
wild.
You know what? Yeah, fuck it. They're probably my fans too. They might like me at this point. Maybe. I don't know. Maybe.
Well, we'll put up
Let
a
me know on
vote
the
and
premiere.
see,
Let me know
Matt.
on the premiere. Let me know on the premiere if you guys like me or not. If you guys like me, great. If not, I'll probably just like keep doing this podcast anyway because you're not my dad and you can't tell me what to do. So
Yeah. All in
Yeah.
defiance.
yeah,
Throwing a
Muppets.
little
Anyway.
defiance out there for the Muppets.
yeah, you're not my dad. You can't tell me what to do.
We love you guys. Don't take us seriously.
They're all right. I don't know them that well. I don't trust them yet. But
Speaking of sequels, though, there was actually, let me just ask you, what do you think is the best sequel of all time that you've ever seen?
Ace Ventura: When Nature Calls.
That's a great choice. That is
I'm
a
sticking
great
with it.
choice.
I'm sticking with it. I don't know if there's many other sequels that hold up. Like, because that's the rare case where the sequel is arguably better than the first one. You know? Like,
it is better than the first one. I thought When Nature
It
Calls
is.
was
And I love
way better.
I love When Pet Detective. I love Ace Ventura: Pet Detective.
Wet Pet Detectives.
When I said when, not wet. Get your mind out of the gutter, King Boomer. But no, I liked Ace Ventura. I almost said it again. I like Ace Ventura: Pet Detective, and
So do I.
but When Nature Calls is great. It is a phenomenon. It's just like what is
It's so much
what
more
are- what
fun.
is cool. It's so much more quotable too. Like there's some great quotes in the first one, but I remember there's a point when we were at work for like 3 months where you and I would just look at each other and just be like, "Who is this ghastly man?"
Who is this ghastly man?
So
Whoa, you just way cut out on me for that one.
oh, sorry.
It's not your fault. It's my internet. My internet sucks.
No, I tried to hold the mic. No, I tried to hold the mic to my mouth, and I think I just messed up
Oh,
my
really?
connection. But no, the thanks for the free parking line is great. Yeah,
Do not pass go. Do not collect $200.
I love that, dude. That every single part of that movie had me in stitches, man.
Well,
Like,
Jim
when they're
Carrey,
doing-
Jim
when he's doing
Carrey
the-
is a god of comedy.
Yeah, he had a little bit of a weird point. He had a little bit of a weird point for a few years. He got a little
he's a
squirrely
weird
on us.
man. What do you mean he had a weird point? He's a weird man.
I know he got a little squirrely there for the past few years, but I think he's coming back. I'm gonna go out on a limb. I don't know if you've seen it yet, but he kills it as Dr. Eggman in in Sonic the Hedgehog.
Did
He
you just
kills
see
it.
the new one?
I haven't seen the new one yet. Have you?
No, but me and the Queen actually went to see a movie today. We went to see that Lost Island movie, which
Okay.
it was all right. Callie really liked it. But anyway, it was so crowded at the theater today, and we were going, "What's going on? There's got to be some movie out that we would have heard of in order to draw this kind of crowd." And then I looked up and looked at the show times, and Sonic, the second Sonic the Hedgehog movie, was dominating the show times. And then I finally realized that because half of the people in that huge crowd in the movie theater were children. So
I mean, I
this
grew up.
movie is killing it with kids.
I mean, I grew up on Sonic. Sonic was one of my favorite.
Oh, I did
One of
too.
my favorite
I had a
characters. Like,
Sega Genesis. That was my first ever game system growing up.
yeah, I had it on. I didn't have a Sega Genesis, but I had Sonic on my what was it? My Game Boy. I think Game Boy had a Sonic game.
Game Boy
I
did
had
not have.
something.
No, it did not, because Game Boy is Nintendo. You're
I had
probably
something.
thinking of Game Gear. Game Gear is
I don't know.
was a
I
Sega
had
product.
something. I had something. Oh no. It was on GameCube. They like They brought back the old ones and put it on GameCube. I'm
Oh,
like
for real?
99% sure. Or it was
Yeah, there was
PlayStation.
some
I don't
point I
remember.
think where at one I guess Sega let Nintendo borrow the rights to Sonic for like a while. Maybe they still do, but who knows? Because Sega
I mean,
doesn't make game consoles anymore, but the company's still around. They make games, and I think they still make
yeah, they do like
arcade.
collaborations. They
Yeah,
do
and
collaborations.
they still do like actual arcade games that you have to put into an arcade.
Yeah, I think I mean, I was a big Sonic guy. I loved
Me
Sonic.
too.
Like I watched the show when I was a kid, and
Oh, I didn't go that far.
he's one of my favorite. He's like one of my Super Smash Bros. Mains. When I play Super Smash, I play Sonic a lot because he's fun.
Mhm.
I had Sonic Riders for PlayStation 2, that little like skateboarding game, basically. That was a
Never
skateboard. It was
played
like
that
a
one.
racing. It was a racing game, but you raced on like hoverboards, basically. It was a lot of fun. It was literally you would race. You would play like Sonic, Tails, like the regular cast, and then you had like you could play as the villains, like the bird, like the big albatross and all them. Like
Yeah.
I would expect you to know. I know you're not a Sonic guy anymore. Or I don't know. I don't know. Maybe you
Well,
play
no,
the
I
classic
still go
one.
back and play the old school ones, the side-scrolling ones for the Sega Genesis every once in a
Yeah.
while, because
So like
those
one thing.
games like only take like if you play them pretty quick, they only take like 45 minutes to an hour to beat the whole thing.
Yeah, I'm a big Sonic guy. So I think it's a great movie. I don't remember where we were going with on this point on this thing
Oh,
with
we were
Sonic.
talking about Jim Carrey.
Oh yeah, Jim Carrey. Yeah.
Yeah,
Old Jim Cares over there. Dude, I love Jim Carrey. I'm a big guy. Yes Man. I loved Yes Man. I thought it was a great movie. Way back then. It's not way back then, but
The
I
Mask,
was like,
bro. The
oh,
Mask.
I love the mask. Ready
Absolutely
to
wonderful movie.
party. PART.
Why? Because I gotta.
can. Because I gotta. That's what I said. Because I can. But
Because
Yeah,
I
dude.
can. You said because I can.
I mean, he can. He can.
Yeah.
But I love Jim Carrey.
Jim
And-
Carrey is the man. No matter how weird he gets or strange he seems. I remember. Have you ever seen that? Back when like the MTV Movie Awards were like not a big deal, but it was basically like the party awards for all the stars. Like all the major stars would still show up. Back in the 90s, there was one time where Jim Carrey disguised himself, and he dressed up as like a hippie. He had like really long hair and a long beard, and you couldn't recognize him. And it was like the camera kept going over to this guy. They're like, "Who is this hippie looking dude sitting in the stands?" And then all of a sudden, like Jim Carrey wins an award, and he gets up out of his chair, and they're like, "Oh, that's Jim Carrey." And then he makes this speech, and it's like it's like he's method acting. He's like not being himself at all. You should if you haven't, anybody listening, if you haven't looked it up, look that up, because it's absolutely hilarious. He's
got
like trying to like while he's making this speech, he's like trying to hit on all these other women in the crowd. It's like it's wild. He's like he seems like a hippie who just got like way too drunk or something. But I don't know why that popped up in my head, but I distinctly remember that as a kid, and like yeah, as an adult, if you watch it now, it's even funnier.
Yo, why does Jim Carrey look like a crackhead in 1997?
In 1997, why that specific
It is
year?
like 3 years, and it's like at the this one's not 97, but the 2000 Teen Choice Awards. I'm looking at a YouTube like video of why did I pause so hard between YouTube and video? Anyway, I was watching. I'm looking at this thumbnail for a YouTube video for Jim Carrey wins 2000 Teen Choice Awards, and he looks like he is barred out, bro. This man looks like he is freaking out because he's so high. Like
At a Teen
see,
Choice Awards,
dude. I don't know, man. He looks like he's zooting, dude. He looks like he's on something. It looks like
I've never
he's
even seen a Teen Choice Awards.
It looks like he is rolling face, brother.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I've never seen a Teen Choice Awards or a what's that other one that The Rock does all the time? The People's Choice Awards.
Yeah,
I've
that
never
one.
seen either one of those.
I haven't either. I'm just sorry. I'm a little tired. I haven't either. I'm just looking at this thumbnail, and he just looks like he's cracked out.
Yeah, well, he probably was.
he is-
That was like the height of his popularity and stardom.
The man is noticeably sweaty. He's wearing like a t-shirt and a backwards hat, and he just looks like he's high.
Yeah.
It's not a good look for 2000s. Jim Carrey was not a look.
Well,
But I love the man as an actor.
Well, that's a good transition because you know who's noticeably not sweaty right now?
So,
The Los Angeles Lakers because they missed the playoffs. Matthew?
dude, I'm here. I'm here.
Okay.
I'm here. Sorry, I think you lagged a little bit, and I couldn't. I think I might have received your message a little late.
Yeah.
Said we've been having this little.
Yeah, we got a
delay
little
on-
bit of an issue here, but whatever.
Well, it's
But
okay.
yeah,
Yeah.
the people who are not sweaty right now are the Los Angeles Lakers because they got eliminated from playoff contention a few days ago.
Yeah, it's. I saw. Saw your little argument on Facebook there.
Oh, with yeah, well, I'm not going to say his name, but yeah. He actually, I actually commented on one of his memes because he actually puts up some funny memes, and I commented on one of them, and he seemed cool with me now, but he was really mad a few days ago.
Dude, he was getting livid. Imagine getting that mad over a bunch of dudes bouncing a ball around. Like,
I know you
I don't-
you said that comment, yeah, which made me laugh.
yeah. I don't know.
I
I'm just
never
saying,
got
like,
heated. I'm just like, look at this guy, like he's putting up.
Well, you know me. Like, I've been a Dallas Cowboys fan forever, and I know that's not the same sport, but I'm getting to that point. Like, at this point, like I've just accepted that my team will never be a Super Bowl team, and
Really?
people are always like, "Ha, Dallas Cowboys suck. They never make it to the Super Bowl." I'm like, "Yeah, you're right," and then I would just like agree with them, and I think that's funny that like I'm at that point now in sports. I'm like, you can make fun of my team. I don't really care. I'll still watch it. But the people that get livid and super heated and are looking up statistics on the fly and stuff about basketball and all that nonsense, I just find them hilarious and I find them pathetic.
Yeah. Yeah, I only looked up when I was having that argument with him. I only looked up one thing, and it was a picture of the Detroit Pistons in 1991 because this guy that I got in an argument with claimed that the Bulls had to lure Dennis Rodman away from the Pistons in order to beat them, which is absurd.
I think, yeah, that's a.
And I was like, well, here's the picture of the 91 Pistons when Jordan's Bulls beat him. And there he is. He's number 10. He's in the upper right-hand corner, smiling.
Yeah. I think, like, I just find it funny that people get super into sports as if the people that they're supporting even know who they are.
Yeah. Well,
Like,
you know, the whole thing
you-
with me is I was just I feel like they need to be called out because, and they were all over the sports networks, but I mean, I've never seen a basketball team with, and I was actually wrong. I said it was 4 Hall of Famers that are on the team. There's actually 5 because I forgot about one guy. So there's LeBron James, there's Russell Westbrook,
LeBron James,
and the guy I forgot about was Dwight Howard.
Yeah.
And then there's also Carmelo Anthony and Anthony Davis. That's 5 guys that are going to the Hall of Fame, and they didn't even make the playoffs. Not only didn't make the playoffs, but didn't make an expanded playoffs because now 10 teams get into the playoffs. And the bottom 4 of the 10 teams have to do that play-in series where it's like a 3-game series.
Okay.
So they missed a play. There's 15 teams in each conference, and the Lakers weren't even in the top 10. So they were in the bottom 5 with 5 Hall of Famers on that team. That is an abomination of the highest order.
Yeah, that's pathetic.
Think about that.
It's pathetic.
Yeah, and you see all these
that dude over there.
LeBron fans trying to defend this stuff, and it's like, no, you can't defend it anymore. He is not the greatest of all time. And most people didn't think so to begin with, but now it's solidified. This guy will never be considered. I was actually, up until that point, when the Lakers were eliminated, I thought LeBron James was the second best ever of all time. But now I wouldn't even put him in the top 5.
Huh.
Because there's no... If you have 5 Hall of Famers on your basketball team, and some of them are over the hill. You can make an argument that all of them are over the hill, but they're not ancient by any means. None of them are in their 40s, okay? So it's not like they're dragging out, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar like the Lakers did when he was like 44 years old. These guys are all in their early to mid-30s. They're all going to be elected to the Hall of Fame when their careers are over, and they could not make the playoffs. It's, when Michael Jordan was 40 years old on the Washington Wizards, he almost didn't make the playoffs, but he almost made the playoffs. And you know how many Hall of Fame teammates he had? 0. And they still won more games than this abomination of a Lakers team.
LeBron's 37.
Yeah. And he's
old.
won but here's my point though, like he's 37 years old. He won the scoring title this year, which is an amazing accomplishment. But if you have 4 other Hall of Famers on your team and you can't make the playoffs when you have a scoring title, I literally think it is amazing that they didn't miss the playoffs because it feels like you must be doing something to try to not make the playoffs. And it's either that or LeBron James has the worst leadership skills of all time.
I mean, the man just kind of, I feel like the man kind of just takes over.
Well, he should have taken over at the end. He was hurt.
No, I mean,
he decided to sit out the last couple games that he was supposed to play when they were still on the verge of contention for the playoffs, and he chose not to play. Can you imagine Kobe Bryant or Tim Duncan or somebody doing something like this, or Michael Jordan or anybody?
Tim Duncan would never do that.
Yeah.
Tim Duncan would never sit out.
It's the GOAT conversation is over. LeBron James will never be the greatest of all time. And before this happened, he was second on my list. Now he's not even in the top 5.
Yeah, I'm not I'm not a LeBron fan to begin with in the first place. Not really. Never have been. I think LeBron is a selfish basketball player.
And, well, the stats would say otherwise.
Yeah, I mean,
he does he dishes out a lot of assists, but I just think his whole thing is the leadership. He does not know how to inspire his other players. And everywhere he goes, it's like he always asks for, all these ridiculously good players to be with him. Miami, he went there to play with Dwayne Wade, and then they recruited Chris Bosh. He goes back to Cleveland, and he's like, well, I'm not doing it like the first time around. I got to get some Hall of Famers around me. He got Kyrie. Well, Kyrie Irving was already there, and then he got Kevin Love traded in there. And then he goes to Los Angeles, and he's like, I don't like what I see here. Give me Russell Westbrook, Anthony Davis, Carmelo Anthony. Throw Dwight Howard in there. It's like, by the time this guy's career is over, he's gonna have played alongside 20 other Hall of Famers.
Yeah.
So for somebody who some people think is the greatest of all time, he sure needed a hell of a lot of help.
Yeah.
And it does not look good on his resume.
I'll agree to that.
Yeah. But it's just
In over his head.
my favorite thing after this whole thing happened was watching the next 2 days of ESPN and FS1. They were just wrecked. And there's so many people on those things that love LeBron James, and even they were wrecking him. Like, how could you do this? This is absolutely ridiculous, and it's the biggest stain. They called it the biggest stain in sports history. Imagine that. It's not my words, it's theirs.
That's aggressive.
Yeah.
That's aggressive.
Yeah.
The biggest stain in sports history.
Yeah. But basically
Willingly,
the biggest disappointment in sports history, the biggest failure in sports history. All of the above.
Knowing that, I think that's the biggest disappointment in sports history, knowing that Dak ran the ball with 18 seconds left. No, that's not even the worst. I'll go on record and say that the Sanchez butt fumble is still the worst.
Oh my God, that's the funniest play in football history.
What was it?
If you're still listening, look up Mark Sanchez butt fumble. It is one of the funniest things you will ever see in an American football game. It's classic.
To the four people left in the premiere, because we're not talking about other stuff anymore. We're just kind of going on a sports rant again. To the four people left in the premiere, check out the butt fumble, guys.
Yeah.
You're gonna love it. But no, what was that? That made, I think it was either 40 or 50 weeks straight that it was the number one worst sports play on SportsCenter. On their worst plays of the week or whatever, it made it was either 40 or 50 weeks in a row that it made the worst play, to the point where they had to retire it, and they threw a butt fumble retirement party for it because it was
I believe this. Usually you'd say something, hear something like that, and you wouldn't believe it, but I believe it instantly because I know how funny that and ridiculously bad that play is, and I totally believe it.
You know how the SportsCenter commentators really get into something. When they have opinions, they're super opinionated about it.
Yeah.
So this is just that's the perfect thing for them to be targeting. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just that play. So I don't know.
All right. Well,
we went on a little sports tangent there for a little bit, huh?
Yeah.
Matt, we jumped from Marvel movies to sports.
Yeah.
We had a big jump there.
I'm just gonna ask you a quick question, Matt. Do you like golf?
Do I like golf?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm not good at it. I like golf though. I like watching golf.
You like watching golf?
I like watching golf. I like crushing Miller Lights in a golf cart. I like golf, I like golf culture. I wear golf shirts every now and then.
Okay.
I have a nice golf button down I like to wear. Don't get me wrong. I am horrible at golf. Regular golf, driving range, mini golf. I'm bad at golf. Never been good. I wanted to learn, but I'm just bad. I gotta practice. Why? Are you a golf person?
What joy do you get out of golf?
I find it entertaining. I don't know. It's relaxing.
Do you?
Yeah.
I think golf was invented by Alexander the Great.
Why do you say that?
Really?
Hold on, Queen Boomer's.
Are we really doing this?
Is she a golf person or something and I don't know about?
No, she's not.
So what is this?
Someone
Are
we
we really
know
doing
is,
this
though.
right now?
I'm not what?
See, she can't hear you because I got the headphones on.
Do I know this person?
Maybe, I don't know.
Type it in the chat. Let me see if I know this person.
What?
Or don't type it in the chat. That's fine.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Wow, that was a crazy threat, and you probably heard that.
I actually missed it. I'm sorry.
You did.
What'd she say?
I'm not going to repeat it. because now she's making threats at me for golf. Well,
I want to hear what you said.
I don't
That's
know.
not
She's
fair.
basically warning me not to go on a golf rant. I'm not going to go on a golf rant, but I am going to go on a Tiger Woods rant
Hey,
because he's playing in the
Brian,
Masters,
Brian,
and I
Brian.
cannot stand whenever Tiger Woods plays anything because all of a sudden every sports thing that I listen to or watch shuts everything down just to accommodate this guy that hits a ball with a crooked stick across a piece of land.
Go on the golf rant.
Go on the golf rant? Well, that was a little bit of a golf rant.
Do you know how
The only
bad
time I was ever interested in Tiger Woods was when he got caught taking all those girls' panties off.
I'm genuinely curious. Did you see, like, because I had it on. I had the Masters on at work today and yesterday. Did you see how bad he did?
No, I don't care.
Did you see how he finished?
No.
I don't care.
Wow, you just cut out again.
Finished. Tiger Woods finished 13 over.
13 over.
13 over. In the
Was it dead
in the
last?
Masters Center. I don't know. I don't know how many were in there. He was number 47.
47?
do
How many
the
people
cutoff.
are in it?
A lot.
Like 100 or something?
They do the cut after 52 players. Like they stop keeping track after 52 players.
Wait, so how many players did they start out with?
Like over 200. No, over 100. I would
Over
say
100.
I think it's either over 100 or it is 100. I can't remember. But
Yeah.
Tiger Woods they stopped counting after 52 places, according to what I'm looking at right now for this tournament detail. I'm looking at the scorecard. After the 52nd player, everything else is cut. Tiger Woods finished 47th.
Oh, boo-hoo.
Well, what I'm saying is, this man finished 47th.
Well, out of
in a tournament where they stopped counting after 52.
well, if they
Tiger
started
Woods,
off
like,
with over
off the
100, it
board.
sounds like he was kind of in the middle of the pack, which is, you know,
I mean, it's
I guess
Tiger
it's
Woods, like the
un-Tiger-like, but, you know, that's not
The
like an
fall from
abysmal
grace is
failure.
what I'm- The fall from grace is what I'm saying. You know,
Yeah,
I mean,
well,
the number one player played pretty impressively, but even on like Masters standards, I feel like the first place guy went 10 under. I feel like in Masters, that's not even like the craziest on like performances. I feel like this Masters was actually kind of bad.
yeah.
Like a lot of these scores are really bad. Like 10 under. Like Rory McIlroy only scored 7
Rory
under.
McIlroy.
Yeah.
You could have stuck with that, and I would have been like, yeah, okay.
I'm pretty sure it's McIlroy. I think I said it. I think I messed it up. Is it McIlroy or is it McIlroy?
It's the Queen Boomer just said it's McElroy.
That's what I thought it was McIlroy.
Yeah.
He finished.
You're
7
getting pretty
under.
worked up back there.
I am.
Why?
Yo,
This is my
give
dad's
Queen
voice.
Boomer the mic for a little bit. I want to hear a Queen Boomer rant on the case of the Mondays.
No, she's not ranting on the show. She's ranting at me because she knows I don't like.
I want to
don't
hear
like
it.
golf.
I want to hear a Queen Boomer versus King Boomer rant.
No,
I want
she's
her to
not
get
gonna
in on
rant.
this. Tell Callie to get on this.
Well,
Oh,
she
that's-
can't hear you because I got headphones on, and if I take them off, you can't hear me. Apparently, remember?
Yeah,
Yeah, so it's not gonna work. But
it's a shame.
yeah, no, it's not that I have a problem with Tiger Woods personally. It's just that, like, you know. Actually, let me ask you this: what do you think golf's gonna do when Tiger Woods hangs it up? Because is everybody just gonna go home and watch paint dry?
No, they're gonna watch the other good golfers that are still good. McIlroy is still great. They've got Scheffler's really good. I like Matsuyama, but he didn't really do
I'm sorry.
great.
I'm sorry. Queen Boomer just left the room.
Okay, bye, Callie.
She did not like that comment. I think I'm in trouble.
Oh my god.
But yeah, continue. Go ahead.
Like Matsuyama didn't do that great. Like Matsuyama who he won the Masters, I think,
Matsuyama.
last year. He's from Japan. I think he won last year. Or he won. It was either the Masters or he won like a really good like pro tournament last year. And he went like 2 over. Like this was like a really kind of shitty Masters.
Yeah.
Actually, kind of sucked. But I
Well,
don't know.
everybody was hyping up Tiger Woods the whole time, and then I guess he didn't finish well, and now everybody's like, "Oh, my boy didn't do well."
Tiger
It's like
played,
I have nothing
Tiger
I have
played
nothing against Tiger Woods. It's just like I don't understand why people enjoy golf. I never have. And whenever Tiger Woods is announced to be playing in a match, ESPN and FS1 and all these sports podcasts that cover all sports in the United States just shut down and do nothing but talk about him from the beginning of the show to the end of the show. And it's like, well, what do you have to talk about? How he hits the ball? How he walks onto a green? How he puts the tee in the ground? Like, what is the intricacies of like what this man does on a golf course? Because he just hits a ball with a stick across a field and then walks after it.
Yeah, but he used to hit a pretty fucking fierce stick. All right.
Well, I understand it. He's very skillful at it, but it's like, how can you talk about that for an hour straight? Is what I want to know.
Pretty easily. There's an entire channel on cable called the Golf Channel.
I don't
know, man.
I don't understand.
Dude,
I
my
don't understand.
dad.
I want my when I watch sports, I want my athletes to actually do athletic things.
Hey, have you ever golfed before?
I have.
Actually, golf is kind of hard.
No, it is. It is. I just don't understand how you could watch it on a television.
I find it entertaining. I like the Pro-Am. You watch the Pro-Am?
No.
The one where the golfers go with celebrities?
No.
Like you ever seen Happy Gilmore? Like he goes with Bob Barker and then Bob Barker kicks the crap out of Adam Sandler. Like
I
that.
enjoyed watching that because people are fighting and somebody's cursing at the ball to go in the home.
That's like, that's the Pro-Am. The Pro-Am, like the celebrity plays with a pro golfer. And last year's Pro-Am, I think it was last year. I don't think it was this year. I think it was last year. Tom Brady was on it, and Aaron Rodgers was on it, and Gronkowski was on it. And
I think I heard about this actually.
Tom Brady played better than the golfer he was with.
That's not surprising.
Well, it's Tom Brady.
Yeah.
Like I hate to admit it, but he's just really, really good at sports and stuff. But like, I find that entertaining. That was great because A-Rod.
I'd like it better if they all
Tom
played
Brady,
miniature golf.
They're all talking smack to each other and stuff the whole time. And Tom Brady just comes out and hits this ridiculous drive on one of the holes. Like it's like a cliffside hit, and he just yeets that ball to the other side of the cliff. And everyone's like going around, and he's just like, "Nah, I'm just gonna hit it," and he just goes for it, and he like hits a really far hit. It goes over the ravine a little bit. I think that stuff's entertaining. But I mean, well, that's not true. I like pretty much all golf. I like watching golf. I'm a big fan. So I don't know. That's just me. I grew up watching golf because my dad's a big. My dad. He's a huge golfer. He loves golf. He golfs like every day. He's going golfing tomorrow. Like
I didn't know he was a huge golfer.
Oh yeah, he is a huge golfer. He loves golf. But Tiger Woods was always the best. Like Tiger Woods was the Tom Brady of golf.
Well, yeah, he's the biggest star. He's probably the best golfer. I mean, I don't know.
I think you can't.
I don't have anything against the guy. He's
just like you can't have a golf greats conversation without talking about Tiger. Even nowadays, like Tiger, like everyone's like holding.
I don't think you can have a golf conversation at all without Tiger. That's what I'm saying.
Like Tiger Woods nowadays, everyone's like,
the only time I hear about golf ever on anything is when he's involved.
Yeah, like this.
When he's not involved, you don't hear any golf on any sports network unless it's the Golf Channel.
Yeah, but like this one they're talking about right now, they're calling it a victory that he just like that he made it through in the first place because he's been like leaving a lot. He's been going through some like surgeries.
Well, he got in that. He almost died in that car accident he was in.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, remember
That's
that?
why he finished. Yeah, that's why he finished like shit. I got a little aggressive on how bad he played, but yeah, he did almost die. So there's that. But
Yeah, he almost had his leg amputated.
yeah, everyone's calling it a victory that he made it through in the first place.
Yeah, which it probably is. I mean, good for him. I mean,
yeah, maybe I'm a little bit of a dick for going as hard against Tiger Woods here. Maybe I'm a bit of an asshole.
and the people who like golf that are listening are going to think I'm the one that's a dick.
No, I'm kind of being a dick right now.
You know.
No, we're both being kind of dicks.
Yeah.
That's gonna be this section of YouTube. This is gonna be this section of the video. Matt and Brian be assholes for a bit.
Yeah, pretty much.
That's honestly it. But no, this tournament as a whole, like, these were kind of low. Like, I feel like these were kind of low scores as a whole. Like the first place, like there was like a 5-way tie for 14th at like +2. That's what Matsuyama fell in. But like, I don't know.
Who knows, dude?
7 overall, a couple -5s, 4s, 3s, 1. And then, like, you get to 10. Like, the 10th and the 11th, they tie for 10th place. They break even at 10th place, which I think is crazy. Like, this is a really low-scoring golf game this year.
I would love it. I would love it if golfers had, when they're teeing off or putting, they had a bunch of people in the crowd screaming at them, heckling them to try to mess them up. That would be much more of a challenge. Can you imagine? Can you imagine a golfer on the free throw line in an NBA game? They wouldn't know what to do.
Yeah, they don't know how to tune that out. They literally hold giant sticks and tell people to be quiet, and if they're not quiet, they literally get removed.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, football, basketball, American football, European football, basketball, rugby, and they're screaming at the top of their lungs. How about NASCAR? NASCAR, that car is loud as hell, and they're dealing with it, you know? And
I don't know what kind of
like,
crowd involvement, because I don't know much about NASCAR, but I don't know what kind of
crowd
there's not a lot of crowd.
I mean, you can't really hear them. You're driving in a very loud car going 200-something miles an hour, but that car is loud, and all the other cars are loud. And have your pit crew and your boss and like your drive boss. I don't know the drive boss. I don't know. That's the name I'm giving him.
Pit
the
boss.
guy who sits in the chair. Pit boss. I thought that was like.
I don't know. That's a
pit boss
casino
like
term. Yeah, but
I was gonna say,
it might
call him
be
the pit boss
or the crew chief. I don't know.
He's the coach, basically.
He's the coach.
Like hey, NASCAR drivers have coaches. They give them advice on how to play and all that.
Yeah.
Like, remember, Michael C. Duncan was Will Ferrell's coach in Talladega Nights, The Ballad of Ricky Bobby.
That's a great movie.
That's a fantastic movie. You know, that was the first movie I ever bought on DVD.
Really?
And, yeah, I love that movie. I bought it on DVD. I still have the DVD to this day.
Nice, dude.
I love Talladega Nights is probably like, I'm going to go on a limb. Talladega Nights might be top 5 favorite movies of all time.
Wow. That's really high.
I love that movie. I love Will
I don't
Ferrell.
blame you, though. It's a classic.
It's a phenomenal movie. That's like, that one goes down to like one of Will Ferrell's greatest movies, I think.
Yeah.
Dude, this pod.
Oh, speaking of races, have you ever heard of the Isle of Man biker race?
Wait. Races? I don't know why, but I thought you just said, speaking of racists, and I'm like, who the hell is racist that we were talking about? I know.
Racing.
Speaking of racists,
Matt.
no.
Speaking of racist, the Klan is on the march again.
Are you calling Will Ferrell a racist?
No.
Anyway.
No, I meant racing.
Speaking of racing.
Racing. What? Have you ever heard of the Isle of Man race with bikes? Like motorcycles?
Very vaguely familiar. Enlighten me.
Well, I can't really speak much on it, but I did a reaction video to it, and it blew me away.
Oh, I remember. I was watching that before I went into work today.
Yeah.
They were going really, really, really fast.
So fast, like 180 miles an hour.
And you were just like, whoa. That was really fast.
You just see like a bullet fly by, basically. that's like the size of a human,
And that audience is
and
like,
it just goes woo.
and that was a really good sound effect.
Was it?
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll see when I actually put it up.
Yeah, but
But yeah, it's on the Isle
they
of
were
Man, which
cold.
is between Great Britain and Ireland. And they shut down the entire island to get this thing done. And apparently it's very, very dangerous.
well, yeah.
People die in it every year. Apparently.
Wow, can you imagine entering a tournament to race with the greats and then you just die? That sucks.
Well,
awful.
yeah, it would suck if anybody died doing that.
Well, yeah. All right.
But
well,
that's probably the... it's
just then, Matt's being an asshole again on the podcast.
Yes, you are.
Dude, I'm being a dick.
I think you're just grumpy and sleepy.
I think that's really what it is, man. I'm exhausted. But
I
I'm
thought
gonna
I
keep
was
going
being
for the
kind of
podcast.
a butthole, but I think you're taking the crown tonight, sir.
I'm going for the sake of the pood coast. I'm going on. I'm moving on.
Yeah.
But
But
yeah,
no, this
I mean,
race,
that
like
was-
it's like as soon as I saw it, I was like, oh well, I want to go. And then somebody commented that I had a 5-year waiting list, and I asked if that was true. And then like all these people chimed in, they're like, no, that's BS. There's no 5-year waiting list. So
I know I'm like 30 minutes late on dropping you this link, but here's that link for that resurfaced video of Jada humiliating Will Smith thing that I was talking about earlier.
I mean,
watch
just
that
looking
after
at
the
a
podcast.
picture of her face like irks me now.
And look at him. Look how defeated he looks.
He looks like he just did heroin.
Have you ever heard of? This is gonna be a random jump from conversation, but since we're talking about like the Isle of Man and all that, like other stuff, you ever heard of Flugtag?
No.
Flugtag is, I don't know why I just thought of this randomly, but Flugtag is it's sponsored by Red Bull, and it's basically like, can you build a plane and make it fly? Like a one-man aircraft. Can you build a one-man aircraft and make it fly off a ramp?
So there's a
And-
person in the aircraft. It's not like a remote control.
No, there's people in it.
Oh,
And you have
I've
to,
seen
like-
this. They put this on that like wild ESPN channel.
Yeah, you know Flugtag. They put it on Chive TV when we worked at
Yeah,
what
you have
was
to
it,
get
a
you have to
restaurant?
get it to go like whoever gets the furthest off of the cliff
Yeah.
or whatever gets the win, right?
Yeah,
Yeah. Okay.
that
I
is
have
a
seen that.
sport
That's interesting.
I think that's a sport you should watch on the channel.
I wonder if people die doing that. Because that looks really dangerous,
Maybe.
actually.
Maybe.
I mean, you're basically taking an aircraft made out of paper mache and testing it out to see how far it'll go off
It's
a
made of
cliff into the ocean.
you have a one-man aircraft made of cardboard and hopes and dreams, and you see if you can live or not. Like,
Yeah.
it's actually really entertaining. I think it'd be a fun podcast or not podcast. I think it'd be a fun YouTube video for you. React.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to check that out.
Yeah, I feel like
I mean,
your
I've
fans
seen
would
it
do that.
before, but like only vaguely, like passing by a TV, and like, but
Hey,
I
Premier
stopped
folks, would
going
you
like,
be-
what is that?
Hey, Premiere folks, would you be interested in Brian doing a Flug Tag reaction? Let us know in the Premiere comments. Anyway, but yeah, I think you should check it out.
That was a good attempt at a commercial voice.
I tried.
You got to put much more oomph into it.
I tried. I was trying to be more.
What
upbeat.
will he react to next? Next time on the King Boomer channel, you can check out Brian watching people ride paper mache right off a cliff into oblivion. Check it out this Sunday night.
That's perfect.
There you go.
I'm a little beat. I'm not as much of a night
I'm beat
owl
too,
as you are.
actually. I'm actually.
I'm not as much of a night owl as you are. I'm more of a I'm a morning person now. Ever since, Fire Academy and like paramedic school and all that. Like I'm kind of a morning person now. Like I get up at like, even on my off days, I get up at like 7:30. I just wake up.
early.
My body's just like, all right, time to wake up, asshole, and start your day.
You should record a voice of mine where it just goes, "Wake up, you muppet," and it just repeats on loop until you get out of your bed.
I would get out of my bed before that goes off. Because I would never want to wake up.
You would
to
always
your
wait.
voice.
It'd be set at 7:00. You'd automatically wake up at 6:59 just to shut it off.
Exactly. I love you, but I don't know if I could wake up to your voice every morning. Kudos.
No,
to
you
Queen
would
Boomer.
actually you would hate that instantly.
Kudos to Queen Boomer for
Yeah.
waking up to. Hi there, fellow kids. Like I don't know.
What, you think I just roll over and I look at Callie and I go, "Hi there, Callie. How's your day gonna go today?"
Honestly,
She said sometimes.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Am I wrong?
She just ratted me
I'm
out.
Right.
She just ratted me out, bro.
Yeah, I could see it.
Yeah.
That's Callie.
All right. Well, you got anything else you want to touch on before we wrap it up, pal?
Not that I can think of.
No. Yeah, let's just end it here.
This was a little bit of a all over the place podcast.
It was a goofy. I mean, we're both tired and we
delirious.
Yeah.
This was
I had just been laying around for 4 hours, and I think I spent most of my energy hating my new GoPro because of all the problems it's giving me right now. But, I got it as an upgrade to the channel because I want my footage to be much more crisp because the camera that I have is basically, a Kmart version of a GoPro.
Yeah.
So
I worked like you've been angry at your thing all night, and I worked like a 10-hour shift at the restaurant, so I'm a little beat myself.
Yeah.
But I think this was a fun little podcast episode we did.
Yeah, it always is. It always is. I love doing these. They don't get a lot of. They actually don't get a lot of views compared to my other stuff, but I don't care. I'm just doing it for fun.
Yeah, I enjoy doing it. Hey, Premier audience, do you like when we do these all over the place podcasts, or do you prefer a structured podcast? Let us know.
Yeah, it's a good question. Let us know in the comments below.
I don't even remember what the other one was.
And then make sure to like and subscribe. If you hit the notification bell, you can know whenever Queen Boomer is acting like a Muppet at all times.
Hell yeah!
I hate it when YouTubers do that stuff.
They do their out cards and all that. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, like I mention it sometimes, but I'm just like, throw a like, subscribe, do whatever you want. It's a free world. Don't let anybody.
I remember you were talking about.
Don't let anybody tell you what to do.
On that last video I watched before I went to work, you were talking about it. Like you were trying to do that whole thing. You even I don't like when YouTubers do this shit, but hey, if you want to hit the notification bell,
yeah.
Well, you were trying to explain it. You were explaining to one of your commenters in your video, if you hit this, so next to the subscribe button, there's this notification.
Yeah, because somebody actually asked. They were like, I've seen your videos before, but I missed a lot of them. Like, how do I get notified if you put up a video? And I told them. But then I just went off into a rant about how some of YouTubers do that, that fake. It just seems so fake when they do that. Because, here's the thing. If people who watch your videos, if they're going to like it, they're going to throw a like at it. If they want to subscribe to you, they're going to subscribe. They're not going to do it because you asked them to. Yeah. They're going to do it because they want to see you again. And then if you say something like they don't like or they feel like your videos have gotten stale, then they'll unsubscribe. It happens all the time. Like some of the clips that I put up from some of the podcast episodes, like individual clips or certain videos that don't do that well. I noticed that in my studio app that lets you know the analytics of what's going on on my YouTube videos. So it lets you know that a couple of people have unsubscribed watching this video. Yeah, people come and go all the time. I'm not gonna, the only time that I really addressed people leaving the subscription was one particular video, but that's a long story that I don't want to get into.
That's fair.
But people do what they want. It's like, you're not gonna, especially in YouTube. It's not like you're not gonna sell something by pointing out how they can use YouTube. Because most of the people who are on YouTube know exactly how to use it and have been doing it for a very long time.
Exactly.
I don't know anybody who's new on YouTube who's like, hey, how do I do this? How do I do that? You just click on videos, and if you see somebody that you like and you're like, hey, I want to see more from this guy, that there's a subscribe button. They do it on their own.
Brian, you did a Mori Haka reaction.
I did. Yes, I did.
Oh, God, I know what I'm watching after this podcast.
Yeah.
I actually didn't watch this one. I didn't.
Speaking of that, there's been a couple people who got upset that I did that.
There's like two people.
Really?
One of them put like a really long, I forget his name. I actually messaged him back and pretty much told him he was a maniac. But he's basically said like, you know, I was being like extremely disrespectful. I need to do research before I do videos, and
It's
like
a
don't
reaction video. You're not doing.
don't call the haka a dance, you know, because apparently I said the haka dance in it or something like that. And
Dude, that it's your reaction channel.
yeah.
You react to stuff. You don't research it before you do it. It's a reaction.
Yeah. Well,
Yo,
apparently
that guy
that
needs
was
to-
lost on
that
this
guy needs-
guy.
That guy needs to go touch grass, dude.
No, I just think he needs therapy. It
That-
sounds like he
that-
has a lot of anger issues.
Yeah.
And
that too.
it sounds like he hasn't touched a woman in a very long time.
Damn. Okay.
But who knows?
Yeah,
Not to
I know
diss,
what I'm
not to
watching.
diss the guy because I thought it was hilarious, and I sent him a clapback on a comment, basically calling him a maniac and laughing at the same time. But
Good.
it's nothing. It was nothing to ban him over or anything like that.
Yeah.
It was just funny. Like, wow, this guy like came at me really hard just for reacting to the haka.
Yeah.
Like,
People are losers.
yeah, it's the things that people get mad at. It's, and you know, I'll end on this though. The things that people get mad at are not worth it. They're not worth it, folks. And this is coming from somebody who just ranted about golf and the Los Angeles Lakers. Okay?
Yeah, exactly.
It's just like if you want to rant about it and talk to somebody about it, you know, that's basically like one step towards, you know, letting it off your chest or therapy or whatever. But the minute you start attacking people for not knowing things, you just instantly become an a-hole.
Exactly.
You know, especially if they want to learn. You know, I did the reaction video because I wanted to learn about the haka. That's all it was.
That's what reaction videos are for.
Yeah. God forbid anybody does something like that anymore. Otherwise, we wouldn't learn anything.
Exactly.
You know. All right. Well,
I don't know, man.
thank you, Matt, for spending some more time with me on a. This one's being recorded on an actual Sunday now, and then we're gonna put it up on Monday.
Wow, we're gonna all have a case of the Mondays. It's gonna
Yeah.
be great.
Do you want to eventually start doing live streams?
Yeah, I'm down. We can do live streams, or we can actually like record it in person before, and then just play it like how we're recording now.
Mm-hmm.
Record us in person, and then we just put it up. Or we can do live. I don't care. I'm down for either. If we do, we could do a reacts live or something. Maybe I could get it on a video
Yeah.
besides just the podcast. But you know,
Yeah. Who knows?
that's not my channel, so
Yeah.
it's up to you.
All right. Well, I will see you next time, big guy. And then for everybody listening, y'all have a great day. Don't do anything crazy. Don't do anything that I wouldn't do. Because it's probably
Jada
bad
Smith.
for you. What'd you say?
Fuck Jada Smith.
Ooh.
I'm ending on that.
Okay. That's a great one to end on. Goodbye, everybody. Have a nice day. Say goodbye, Matt.
Bye, Muppets.